Hey guys, Bob back with Body by Bob. We're going to follow up a little bit more on this diet thing. We talked this last video, if you saw that, lead us into this next point, which is okay, now what do we eat? How do we get this? We got the idea of concept. We need to get portions down. We need to eat more often. We've got to hydrate. Great. Now what do we eat? What I want you to take a look at is we do some of the things similar to what diabetes or other things. We're trying to regulate blood sugars. So now the concept is when we take those things like the diet sodas or the stuff that have a lot of the fake sugars in there, our body doesn't know we're not getting the real sugar. So it's still sending in the insulin. And with these fake sugars, some of them can be so sweet, we think we're getting 2 to 3 times the amount of sugar we would have had rather than we just have the regular stuff with the sugar in it. So that's what gets out of the whack. And eventually it shuts down because it can't pump insulin anymore. We don't need that. So I'd rather you have real sugar and real butter instead of margarine too, okay? Now, it doesn't mean, okay, great, I can get back to the bread and butter and all those good things and load up. It just means, let's take a look at, if we're gonna have something a little bit off, we need something a little sweet, great, go for it. But get the real stuff, don't get this fake stuff that spikes it high, okay? All right, now to our meals. Breakfast. You've just gone, some of you, 10 to 12 hours without anything at all. The last thing you wanna do is either skip it or have something high sugar content. Yes, fruit is good. Granola can be good. All of those things are fine. However, if we've gone that long and then all we do is put essentially sugar into our body, our blood sugar spike. And an hour later, we're tired and drop back down. So we need to make sure every time we eat, we've got a protein. So I know some of you don't like eggs, but some of you do. Let's start with that. One of the easiest things we do, especially time is a constraint, that we'll take a dozen or 18 pack of eggs, depending on how many of you are trying to fix this for, and we'll take about half the yolks out and we scramble them. And as we scramble them, then we'll put in some of the veggies into it. It could be some mushrooms, it could be broccoli. Find something you like, green beans, doesn't matter. Find it, put it in there. Let's get that fiber, let's get these put together so that we have some good source in there as well. So we get some good carbs mixed with the protein. That's great. Then during the week, you can just take a scoop, put it on, heat it up quick, boom, you're out the door, you're ready to go. If you don't like eggs, Greek yogurt, a little bit of fruit. Again, we're balancing protein and the carbohydrates, so a little bit of fruit, and it's a little bit, doesn't mean we take a big old handful of berries and put it in. We maybe in the thing, we've got 6 to 8 raspberries in it, or something small, okay? Peaches, we want to slice up just a couple of wedges, slice them up a little and mix it in. Adds a flavor to it so the Greek yogurt isn't just plain. Same if you're doing cottage cheese. Okay, all those kind of things are good. Find those, okay? That's an important part. Lunch, are typically easy to think about breakfast, lunch, and dinner. We get those 3 meals a day. If you're only eating 2, make sure you're getting the 3. And then we're going to figure a snack on either, and we'll talk about in a minute. Lunch, if you're going to have a salad, salad's great. Lots of good veggies into it. Prefer spinach over the iceberg. Mix that, but find the things you can eat that are good, okay? Now, get your protein on there. Could be shrimp, could be chicken, could be turkey, could be the whites of the eggs. You can hard boil and mix that into it. You can have black beans. Find a protein source you can mix into it so it's not boring, because we get tired of chicken pretty quick. So mix some different things into it. Or if you do the chicken, how you prepare it with different seasonings will make a big difference as well, okay? Put a vinaigrette in. Understanding those salad dressings, some of those dressings are 400 calories or more just for the dressing, okay? If you help with a mindset, if we only need 300 to 500 calories, all right, and 300 to 500 calories as we go through that, think about if you're going to go out for a run, you burn about 100 calories for every mile. So that dressing could be 3 to 4 miles to run to do that. Is it worth it? No. But if you want to have it on the side and dip a little bit, you'll find you're leaving most of it there. Okay. You can also use lemon wedges that I like. Cut them up, squeeze it around. It gives you a little bit of flavor to it, which is great. Some tomatoes. Find a way you can mix that up. You could have a half sandwich, okay? And then some carrots or something as well. And yes, a piece of bread's going to be fine. One piece of bread, fold it over, do like a 9-grain instead of white bread, okay? So that takes care of that. Figure out what you can do with that. Your dinner is usually easy because we almost always have protein. It can be chicken, it can fish, turkey, beef, whatever you're having is fine. And then we get our veggies with it. What we got to be careful of is, again, if we've skipped a meal or gone to there, we're typically going to eat more than we should. Portions are typically the size of the palm of your hand. It doesn't mean I could fit it on and stack it up, but it means that's the size of what I need. That's your veggies, that's your main dish that you're gonna have with your protein, but it's also about the thickness of it as well, okay? So we don't take, like my buddy Lincoln Kennedy, whose hands are this big. We can't take his hands. Use your hands so you can figure out the sizes, okay? So the dinner is almost always no problem with that. There are portions that we've got to look into it. Now, you want to get a snack in between your breakfast and lunch, or lunch and dinner, depending on what that time frame is you want to have. Try and even it out. So we're trying to eat every 2 to 3 hours. So that can be a protein shake. It can be one of the drinks. But again, make sure they don't have a lot of these artificial sweeteners that are spiking it up. Check the labels on these things, okay? I prefer that you make your own and just have the protein powder, do a blend and mix it and go from there. I know it's not always convenient, but if you've got where you can make it, put it in the fridge, and then you can shake it back up before you go, the protein is so much better and easier to blend than it used to. It's not clumpy. Find that. If you're going to get a protein powder, I'd suggest vanilla, because you can mix anything we want. Chocolate sounds good, but after a while, always having a chocolate shake, chocolate gets old. So find the one that you can do there and keep up with that. A snack can also be a handful of nuts, not big but again, portion has, you have that and a piece of fruit, or that and some carrots or something you could mix into it, okay? Get that fiber mixture with it. The nuts are a great source as well. Some of you are worried about sodium content. If you're already doing things that are prepackaged and they have sodium and it'll last 6 months or longer, it's already got a high level of sodium. So yes, we don't want salted nuts on top of that. We don't want to add salt to our meals on top of that, okay? That'll be fine. If you're not doing that, you're eating pretty fresh all the time, but just portions are the problem, then have the nuts, the salted nuts. That's okay. We talk about some of the cramping, and I'll do another video on this, but cramping a lot of time becomes not only that we're dehydrated because we don't drink enough water. You may be drinking water, but you have no sodium, so the water is just running through your system. We need to hold some of that water. It's important for the muscles to function, helps keep cramps down, okay? So right there, you've got your 4 meals a day. So take a look at what you normally do. Make sure if you're not getting 4, get to 4. If you know you're getting more than 300 to 500 calories, cut the portion down, take part of that, have that as a snack later on. Okay, that's one of the things Sandy will do, is she'll have the dinner, we cut part of that, and then she takes it for her lunch the next day to make it easy to figure out what you're gonna do the next day. Comment below, let me know questions, things you have, because, again, there's still a lot of confusion out there about it, but keep it basic, okay? I hope this helps. Hope you're getting some basics in, and we'll put these out there, but take a look at what you normally do, tweak it a little bit, but don't get crazy. Don't make drastic changes your first 2 weeks. Start slow, let's build it. This is a longer process. We want the weight you're after, whether it's 5, 10, or 40 pounds, to stay off once you get rid of it, okay? So let me know what questions you have, where you're at. Like it, yes, share it, spread the word. If you're down at the gym, great, come on down. If you're in an area, you want to come by for a complimentary workout or talk diet, just message me. Either put a note down there or comment below. Send me an email, bodybybobs@gmail.com. And either Bobby or myself will be happy to set up a time with you to go over diet questions, anything, whether you're going to be coming in regular to work out or not. We're happy to help you. Okay, share it with your friends. Let's go. And let's get ready for next year's bikini season. Yeah, guys, you're in there too. All right, thanks. We'll talk to you soon.